Rob Donkin. Designer at Viking. Rob has been meditating for over 15 years, starting out this simple first game and gradually working his way up to more ambitious projects like the indie strange horticulture. He works with his brother John. Together they have published over 30 titles in a wide range of genres. They are currently working on follow-up to a series of culture called Strange Antiquities. Thanks.
Okay, thanks. As Matteo said, I'm Rob. I'm one half of Bad Viking, the other being my brother John. And we've been making games for over 15 years together, starting out with some really quite silly stuff, to be honest. Stuff about supervillains and monsters, or pandas and beetles and ninja bears, and this little guy who's got a yellow beetle in red. This fish one, of course. There's some eggs in there, some elephants, mushroom kings. And then at some point we thought, actually we've got, I think, more serious in it as pracs. So when COVID hit and we were all locked down, that somehow manifested into this game called Strange Horticulture. And actually we were just discussing about how you either, when we were in lockdown, you either got really into the natural world or you went down the conspiracy theory route. I guess we went and caught into the natural world, kind of, I guess, tapped into something that we were all feeling there, the need for something green in the world. So yeah, that's where Strange Horticulture came from. It's a weird game about identifying plants. And it all takes place on this single screen. So this is your plant shop that you run. Visitors come to you and you have to work out, using your guidebook on plants, which one they're asking for. So there's a bit of a kind of detective work there where you have to scour your shelves and follow clues to track down these different plants. And yeah, it's quite sort of cozy and atmospheric, kind of dark cozy, I suppose, is the time that other people are used to describe it, and we've kind of this genre that's always appeared in the last 2 years, I think, because it certainly wasn't something we were intending to make a dark, cozy game, but it's all happened. Because the world outside is kind of mysterious and dark, and it's full of witches and secretive cults and ancient deities and dark rituals and all that sort of stuff. But it's kind of, all that is sort of happening outside our shop, and you're inside, and you can listen to the rain on the window panes and enjoy the gently swaying foliage in front of you and pet your cat Hellebore. So I guess, again, thinking about COVID is sort of a metaphor for that period where we were locked inside and there was always sinister stuff going on outside. Yeah, that's our little game, Strange Horticulture. So you identify these plants, that's kind of the meat of the game, but then we also have this map, which is sort of your link to the outside world. And that we give players clues about how to find different locations on the map where they might go and find a plant or some more information. I chose to set it in the real world location of the Lake District, but with our own, obviously, sort of weird occulty type twist on all that sort of stuff. So we did that for two reasons. One, because it feels like exactly the sort of place, the Lake District, where you might be wandering down some dark alley and just in the corner of your eye you spot this weird plant shop, and it might be selling plants with magical properties, and yeah, it just feels like it fits in that world anyway, and it feels like a magical place. Like there could be monsters lurking at the edge of the map there, and what it also allows to do, setting it in a real world location, is borrow from existing myths and legends. So, for example, you might be able to see Kisadath in the top corner there, the Daughter's Stone Circle. That was borrowed from a myth of this witch called Long Meg, who used to hold these pagan parties, I guess, with her daughters, until a wizard came along and turned her into stone, and that became this stone circle. So, yeah, we like the idea of being able to tell those different stories, different mythologies, and bring them into our game, which has kind of real world grounding, but also our own weird ideas thrown in there as well. There's always kind of plant themed stuff as well. And then off the back of that, we've been able to indulge ourselves and make another game called Strange Antiquities, which kind of takes that framework, but then switches up the theme. This time we're dealing with arcane artifacts, but similar sort of gameplay. So you're in your shop, you've got your cat there, pet, and this time, yes, visitors come to you, but you're giving them, you're looking for the right item that they need. And these have quite dark, sinister powers, powerful items. But again, you're kind of separate from that scary stuff outside your shop. You're just kind of inside it, and you're taking on this role of this shopkeeper where you get to hand out items that people are looking for. So again, you've got this idea of you have to look stuff up in these reference materials and work out what item they're looking for, and we give players tools to do that. So you might inspect this item with touch, or with it might give you a feeling or have some sort of scent or sound to it that gives you a clue about what item it might be. And then, because items are harder than plants, we've really struggled, to be honest, coming up with, because there's 80 different, more than 80 different items in the game. So coming up with puzzles interesting puzzles to identify them was trickier than the plants. But it meant that actually through that creative challenge, we brought in these other elements like this kind of symbolism stuff and gemstones, and again kind of merging real world ideas with our own stuff, coming up with kind of blend of existing occult ideas and our own new ideas to create a different alternate reality. This was a trip we took to the Pitt Rivers Museum. Again, designing over 80 items, not particularly easy, so we needed some inspiration from the real world. The Pitt Rivers is an amazing place. It's essentially Strange Antiquities, the museum, to the glass cabinets and drawers that you can pull out. You'll have these little handwritten labels on it. Highly recommend for a day out. And again, we've got the map kind of anchoring you to a location and giving different sorts of puzzles where you can give clues about how to find a location on maps, such as these kind of slightly Caro-inspired designs where you'll have this sort of almost dream sequence where you find a new clue that points you towards some new item that you want to find. Yes, the cat purrs away on the captor, and you can create a little shrine to your powers if that's what you want to do. And that's the work we're doing. Those are our games. This one is nearly done. Not quite out yet, but we've got a demo out if you want to check it out. And that's me done.